So on this episode, we are talking all about Kitchener Ribfest 2018, and it was a good time. I was able to go around to not as many places that I wanted to for an interview because my phone battery was dying. Sorry, guys. But
isn't that the way it always goes?
Yeah, it really is. It sucked. I finished my last interview and I had 1% left. So we have 2 interviews coming up, and I've got a bunch of footage of delicious mouth-watering ribs and some amazing craft beer vendors. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Tom and Shell here from the Geeky Drinkers, and this episode is all about Kitchener Ribfest and Beer Fest in 2018.
Yeah.
It was amazing. You didn't have a chance to go at all. You had to work all weekend.
I didn't get to go. I work in sales, so I didn't get to go all weekend, and I was.
You missed out.
I did.
Yeah, you really did.
I've been before, so I know the experience, but it's definitely an amazing time, and I heard that you had a really great time.
Oh, it was fantastic. Like just interacting with the different craft breweries and everything like that, and the different distilleries and everything like that were there. It was amazing.
It's a great way for smaller companies to get themselves out there and get known in the community.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly, and that was the nice part, is that almost everybody there was local to Ontario.
That's awesome.
So which was really cool. I actually learned a lot about all the different breweries and everything like that. So it was super neat. It was
great.
I had an awesome time. So I was fortunate enough to interview Chrissy from Dixon's Distilled Spirits and Frank from Broadhead Brewing Company. So I have 2 interviews lined up for you guys a little bit later on in the episode. But I did want to do a quick fan shout out for a commenter on one of our videos. So this week's shout out is for a YouTube channel called Creed X Ender or Creed and Ender. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it.
Creed Ender.
Creed and Ender.
We don't know.
But either way, they their channel is actually really cool. They do a lot of gaming, and one thing that really caught my attention on their channel is they do something called D&D Watch. So they basically take an Overwatch character and they apply their kind of character background and their stats and everything like that to character classes and races and attributes and everything like that to Dungeons & Dragons 5e, which is the 5th edition, which is the one that I play. So super cool. He's done, or they've done Lucio, Tracer, and Reinhardt so far. The Reinhardt one just recently came out, so when this episode drops, there should be a new one. So I will definitely post a card up in the top there and link all their information down in the bottom below. While you're down there, if you are new to our channel, normally we do 2 geek-themed cocktails every episode, and we talk about video games, comic books, movies, and cosplay. And a whole bunch of nerd stuff, or a treasure chest full of geekery, as I like to say.
Yeah, you like to say.
So this episode is a little bit different because it's all about beer and spirits. A boot. We're Canadian. I'm allowed. I did want to read out their comment, though. It was fantastic.
Oh, yes. Let's get it.
So they said, I'm not that into crazy alcoholic drinks, but you guys are so geeky and energetic. I love your stuff anyways. Also, Hammond seems overpowered as... I did want to say a super thank you to you guys for the comments, and each episode we are doing shout-outs. So if you drop a comment down in there, there's a chance that you'll get a comment shout-out on the next episode.
For sure.
So with that being said, take a look at the first interview. Hey everybody, it's Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers, and I'm here at the Kitchener Ribfest of 2018. And my first stop is obviously the Dixon's booth, because you guys know we are huge Dixon's fans on the show. So I'm here with Chrissy. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
So you've been with Dixon's since about February, right?
Yes.
It's fantastic. How's it been?
Well, I've been a fan since they started.
Of course.
I actually was their radio rep, so I was at their grand opening, and they moved me from a Grey Goose drinker over to Silver Creek immediately. I don't think I've bought Grey Goose since...
It's not a hard transition, to be honest.
No. But yeah, since February, and it's just been like crazy steamroll ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. How's Ribfest been so far? I know yesterday was crazy. I saw you guys doing like the chicken dance and everything like that.
The Macarena. Yeah, we were doing all kinds of the cha-cha slide, and yeah, I had to get all my young bartenders to show me what all those moves were, but yeah, no, we had a lot of fun. We had lots of people lined up, and the rain didn't stop anyone.
Bonus, because that's always a good thing. It's a little bit rainy right now, so there's a little bit less of a crowd, but
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's definitely
but
good.
you get a chance to talk to people.
Yeah,
You know, you can have a conversation about what they're drinking rather than just, you know, shoving drinks out as fast as you can. So.
Yeah, because I know usually the Saturdays and stuff like that, usually it's just like, okay, what's your order here? I'm going to make it, and then thanks, you know, and then go. So
Move on.
Yeah, so having something like this is a little bit more intimate. You know, you get to know people a little bit better, right?
Definitely.
What's your favorite drink using Dixon's?
Oh, definitely Wicked Citrus Gin.
Of course, yep.
I have a number of Dixon signature cocktails with that one.
Yep.
Probably my favorite, it's Dixon's Frozen Peach Negroni.
Is it like a slushie?
It's like a slushie. So frozen peaches,
Yeah.
orange juice, the Wicked Citrus Gin, and
Yep.
then Campari and sweet vermouth. It's awesome.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing. You wouldn't be able to whip that up for me now, right?
Not
no,
now.
Don't have the stuff for it. That's
but
okay.
the great thing about the Wicked Citrus is that even just with tonic, it's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. So that I can definitely make you today.
Yep, definitely. Well, the first thing that I got was my Wicked Root Beer, which it's out of the shot. That's okay. It's been delicious so far. So if you guys haven't made it out to the Kitchen Ribfest already, definitely come down because they're going to be here till 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock,
6
yep.
o'clock. Ah, look at that service. Ask and you'll get. So
Let me
You
cheers.
got one there?
Yep, yep.
absolutely. So that's a fairly new product that you have. right?
This is our Gin Fusion Lemon, and it's
Amazing.
one of the only gin-based coolers in the LCBO.
Yep.
And you can find it at over 300 LCBOs in the province. It's like low in sugar, all natural flavor. It's so good for
It's-
drinking in the summer.
Yeah, when you're out like on the patio or the deck or anything like that,
It's
you
perfect.
can't get anything better.
So we use a lot of hashtag Summer of Lemon
Yep.
because it just goes so perfect with summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you got a hashtag Ask for Dixon.
That's
Of
right.
course. So,
Good.
cheers. So what's your favorite thing about those? Because they're a relatively new product, so.
The naturalness of the flavor. To me, like coolers typically are really
They can
sugary.
be, yeah, that's, and it's kind of off-putting.
It's a headache waiting to happen. It
Yeah.
leaves like a very bad aftertaste in your mouth. So this is like
It's nice and
you've made
smooth.
squeezed lemonade and
Yep.
then sparkled it and added some gin. And
Yep. And
very
it's not
refreshing.
overbearing too. Like it's a perfect amount of fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wicked Citrus Gin is a very juniper light gin. So even for non-gin drinkers,
Yep. It's
they
a
gotta
good-
try
yeah, it's a
it.
good intro
Yeah.
for it,
If you're a
absolutely.
vodka cooler drinker, you should still try the Gin Fusion.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to expand your horizons, right?
Right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time and thanks for doing the interview. I'll
Thank
cheers you again.
Cheers.
So expect more footage from the Kitchener Ribfest. It's a good time, guys. See you soon. Oh yeah!
So coming up next is an interview that I was fortunate enough to do with Frank from Broadhead Brewing Company. Super cool guy. They actually had an amazing blueberry beer, and they mixed it with another kind of beer. I believe it was the dark horse stout that they have.
Yes, I think
And it's kind of a 60-40 mix. So we'll tell you, Frank will tell you all about that, and he called it the Black Magic. So take a look.
Hey guys, it's Tom here from the Geeky Drinkers, hanging out here at Kitchener Ribfest and Beer Fest. So we're talking here with Frank from Broadhead Brewing Company, and we definitely have a fantastic concoction. Did you come up with the concoction?
No. This was told to me this year, actually. It came up in conversation, and it's kind of, when you come to a festival like this, it's it's fun to play with the crowd, to talk to people. So you tell them that you got something off menu. It makes it sound a little niche, something a little special.
Definitely.
And especially because nobody else blends beers anymore. It's like the old how porters got started, where people would just start mixing old beers together to keep them alive. And nobody really does that anymore, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't even come up in conversation.
And that's super strange, because I really think that it should come up in conversation, because there's a lot of really interesting types that
as long as the flavor's balanced, then it works. And
that's the most
a lot of the time
important.
it's not going to, but you come up with something fun that does work, and then blows people away.
Like this. So did you want to explain this, because you can probably explain it a little bit better than I can?
Yeah, so this right here, we call it the Black Magic. I did coin the name myself, and I didn't come up with the drink, but it's roughly 60% of our Dark Horse Stout, blended in with about 40% of the Blueprint Blueberry Blonde, and just put together. You don't have to mix it in. It's just we just pour it out of the keg, just one on top of each other, and it turns in this like third beastly beer that shouldn't exist, but it does. So
but we're all happy that it does.
Yeah, it turns the stout a little bit lighter, so it's a little more crushable, and it also gives a little bit of the blueberry like Eggo waffle smell to it, which is
I like that.
Which is great.
The Eggo waffles.
Yeah, so it goes together really,
That's a
really
little
well.
bit, yeah.
It's super tasty. You can drink it quick. But again, it's only going to be at 5%, so it's not going to do anything crazy.
So, it's not going to like knock you out for the night.
No, you're good.
How can we find you on social media?
Where you check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, Broadhead Brewing. We're located in Ottawa. You can come and check us out and buy beer there. Also in most of the LCBOs in Ontario, grocery stores, wherever you buy your beer, we're there. If you want to give us a shot, you can always just go to your LCBO and ask for it. They'll gladly order it for you and hook you up with some of the best beer in town.
And that's good to know, as well. So when you specifically ask, hey, do you have this at a store? That brings brand attention.
Very much so.
Yeah.
What people don't know is that the LCBO does listen. They do take notes.
Yep.
And the people who order it at even the store level, if you were to ask them for something, it's not a lot of work. It's just if you were going to be a regular and you even just buy a few beers a week from them, it's worth it for them to put in the order. So just walk in, introduce yourself, and say, you know what, I'm looking for this beer. Can you get it for me? They will. And as long as you're drinking craft beer, it's like, sure, that's really all that matters.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for your time.
Cheers.
Won't take up too much. I'll let everybody get back to the festivities. And we'll see you soon, guys.
So now that my mouth is watering from taking a look at all those
Oh my
ribs
God.
and remembering the beer and spirits that I tasted,
Who wants ribs?
I
do.
I know I do, for sure. We actually launched a kind of a cool thing as kind of like a little tip jar for us.
Yeah.
We've been getting asked a little bit about stuff like that. So I set up a service called Buy Me a Coffee. So it's a website where you can basically just give us a little tip. And
Always tip your bartender, guys. Hello.
that is very true. So there's options, no pressure or anything like that. If you do enjoy the content, which we hope you do, feel free to check that out. I will put a link down in the description down below. And the website is buymeacoffee.com/geekydrinkers. So if you're interested in that, you like the content, feel free to support us. It is greatly appreciated. It does help out the show so that we can continue delivering content for you guys, because that's what we're all about.
Yep.
So with that, hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next Thursday. Stay geeky,
Stay geeky.
guys.